This is my assignment. We have a React Flow canvas. Here we can drag and drop these elements. I have styled these elements. And then we have this text node. So this text node has a dynamic height. So if we type anything, its height increases dynamically. Also, it has interpolation capabilities. So if we type double braces, we'll get a list of all the available inputs. We can either select it, or we can type this input, and as we type the input, these edges are created from these inputs to the text node. And if we type any variable that is not present, nothing will happen. And we can navigate through these expression inside the text box using left, right, up and down. So if I press left here, ABC will be selected. If I press up, input 2 will be selected. If I press up again, input 1 will be selected. And if I want to uh, remove some expression inside text box, for example, here I press backspace, then expression inside will be selected, prompting user to confirm if he really wants to delete. If he presses backspace again, this expression would be deleted. We can also change the expression. For example, I selected input 1 here, but I want to change this. We can do this too. Now let's go through okay, and this last thing, we submit this, and we have num nodes 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, num of edges 2, and is directed acyclic graph, yes. But if we do something like this, uh, then take another LLM and join it back here. Now if we submit, DAG is no. Now let's go to our code. In backend, I've used Pydantic for uh, DTO verification. DTO means data transfer object. So we expect a request in a certain format. For that, we use DTO, fast API for creating server. And I have added this middleware, course middleware. Allow origin request is allowed from all origins, etc. All headers are allowed, all methods are allowed, etc. And this is our node model. So node typically have ID, type, position, and data. Edges have ID, source, target, source handle, and target handle. Then we get our submit request here, pipeline.parse. So from pipeline, we get number of edges and number of nodes and number of edges, and then this is a function is DAG. So here I've used basic stack and recursion based algorithm to find cycles in a graph. So from here we can see if our graph is DAG or not, and then we return the result from here. So this was the backend code. On the front end side, uh, I have divided code into following modules. So one is component. These are here we declare usable components. Then we have hooks. Here we declare usable hooks. And then in nodes, I did a basic refactor. I used reusable components here, and our nodes started looking like this. So nodes basically have this header and content and handles. So if we go back to our base node component, for styling I've used emotion styled. So we have a container, inside container we have a header, then we have children, which is our content, and then we have handles. And we can for example input node, we can create a handle like this and pass it to our base node, and all handle will be rendered. Second component is button. Button is basic button which receives a ref and all other button props. Then we have this form control. Form control has a label and a input which is passed as a children. This is input. Input is also a forward ref. And inside input we have a property called dynamic height. So dynamic height tells you whether you want to keep the height of your input dynamic or not. So if you have sent dynamic height as true, we return a text area instead of an input. And we add a layout effect because we want to make height changes to our text area just before the render is going to happen, so it doesn't conflict with any other mutations. So inside use layout effect, we first give height auto. So basically when we give height auto, it takes the appropriate space, and then we convert that to pixel, and we are adding 4 here because of the padding that we have provided. Then we have the select component. So I've used a div here to render select component. We have show header. Show header basically tells you whether you want to show the input box or not. And then you have a select option container. This is the area where options are rendered. Then we have a simple text. Text has variants and font sizes and font weights. And styles are rendered on the basis of variants or props passed to the text element, and this is the most complex part of the whole application. This is called expression input, the one that we are using here. So inside expression input we receive value on change event option selected expressions. In this format value start index and end index, and this on selected expression change callback. We define modes of editor, and then we have selected expression index, selected expression value. So basically selected expression index is, for example, if I select this input 1, selected expression index will be 0 because this is our first input, first expression. If we select 2, selected expression index would be 1 because this is our second input, and so on. Log caret defines whether this caret is locked or not. So locked means we'll select this whole expression, and when I click it, it will unlock. So we have input ref. After next render is a utility hook that schedules a function for next render. Then we have currently entering expression. Currently entering expression means we have something like, so this is currently not into our selected expressions array. Think of this hello as a temporary variable that we are considering as an expression. So currently entering expression here will be hello. And then we have show expression select. So basically, if you want to show expression select is this option thing here. This is expression select. And then we have filtered option. Filtered options means what options you want to show here. And then we have some utility function, add expression, update expression by comparing old and new value, update expression at index, delete expression, try select and lock expression, unlock expression, update expression indexes, etc. Then we have handle key presses. Here we have handled events when user try to like enter invalid expression, user try to delete expression, user is navigating inside the text box using left right keys. So we have different functions used here for different scenario. Similarly here, handle key release. So basically this is also does the same thing. I mean we handle locking and unlocking of expressions here. And then we have handle change. Inside handle change, we see if we are in expression mode. If we are in expression mode, then okay, so if we are in expression mode and I change this input to input slash, the expression would be changed to input slash, but this is not a valid expression, so we'll revert it back. And here, if value ends with double uh, braces, so for example, if I uh, write something here and put double braces, this AMK will be now an expression. So we have used add expression here. Then we have handle expression select. Handle expression select basically how we select expressions from the drop down that we get. And here it is handle input click. Handle input click means whenever you click on an expression for the first time, the whole expression is selected, and then you can click. I mean, if you want to edit it, you can click it once again. And this is how our component renders. For submit button, I didn't had to make any changes. Uh, Everything was right on place. So yeah, this was pretty much my assignment. Looking forward to hear how you like it. Thank you.